my boy DEMEGODTV.
It's Wave God in this motherfucker. Hey, shout my nigga DEMEGODTV.
Got song pop like I'm Iggy. All they talking about is last night like I'm Demi. Say you got.
Groupies donated $5. Damn ski pulled the Michael.
Let's see what the
Dean TV, Dean Nation, Dean Film. Today we're doing a reaction to what will happen in 1 billion years from now. And we're going to check out and see what will happen, you feel me? Simulation they going to do for us and see what might happen, you feel me? It's a what if scenario, you feel me? Or if or will it happen, you feel me? And if you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, and share the video and all social media. And comment below what reaction you want to do next. And check out the original video in the description box below. And check out the Dean TV clothing merch in the description box below. Roll to 100K million and build to that subscribe button. Let's build as a family, as a nation. And no further ado, let's get into this reaction. Hope y'all well and safe through these pandemics. And well and safe and eating well, you feel me? Let's get into the reaction.
Earth has got a heartbeat. In their recent article published by Geoscience Frontiers magazine.
Because we are universe and like Earth is part of the universe, so it's like, yeah.
A group of American scientists claim the following.
Throughout the history of the Earth, cataclysms happened in cycles, and this resembles a human pulse. Each beat causes catastrophes that inevitably lead to mass extinction. The Earth's past consists of many disastrous cycles, both apparent and hidden. They can be repeated once in hundreds, thousands, millions, or even billions of years. But even knowing about these cycles is no guarantee of our survival.
In this video, you'll find out how soon will the sun plunge our cities into darkness and crash the internet? Who points a laser at Earth from outer space? Could it be that even
know who does that? Like, what the hell? Like, split the moon? Like, what's his name? Naruto. Naruto versus
Wars are cyclical, and is humanity capable of breaking the world's secret cycles?
I wonder if you can break the world.
But there are also positive cycles in the world, like, for instance, when we support charity. However, the crucial areas like education are repeatedly ignored. You can break the
facts. Like, how can you break out the cycle if you constantly, if you ain't trying to do nothing to break the cycle, you know? Because it's like, you go to school, but the school teaches the same cycle that you've been going through for eons and years, that's been oppressing us and it's been suppressing us. So it's like, you got to break out of it. So it's like, stop supporting and funding schools for real, because like, actually, like, teach your kids, because nobody ain't gonna teach your kids like you gonna teach your kids. Nobody ain't gonna love your kids or care for your kids like you do, you feel me? Like, teachers do that for the money. They do that for get paid, you feel me? Like, they just gonna half-ass some shit or not gonna do sad shit at all, you feel me? Simple.
Cycle as well and get a chance to win a
DeLorean. You realize this shit when you got school, you like, oh damn,
Follow the link, omaze.com/riddle. Get the chance to win the legendary DeLorean and donate to support Peterson Automotive Museum and the Peterson Workshop, an educational YouTube series for children. The series provides insight into the past, present, and future of the automotive industry. The Peterson Workshop is a
if you're a car person and like working on cars, I feel like this something you might like.
Ready-made solution to integrate the automobile into a STEAM-based curriculum for K-12 students. And if you win the DeLorean, accelerated to 88 miles per hour, go back in time and donate again. This way, you'll break the cycle where nobody wants to donate money to culture and education. And using the DeLorean, you can then go back to the future, where they got more museums than Back to the Future pop culture references. Okay, now back to the video. The sun can throw us a real apocalypse. Can we overcome the dangers dangers it poses. First of all, it would be good to sort out solar cycles that we seem to have overlooked for far too long. The Carrington event is the most powerful geomagnetic storm known to us in history. On September the 1st, 1859, a solar superstorm occurred on Earth, making the sky sparkle with northern lights from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico. The telegraph, the primary means of communication back then, shorted out due to the power surge. And although astronomers had already known about the 11-year-long solar cycles, nobody predicted the powerful Carrington event. We had ignored the sun's new hints for over a century. In 1921, telephones all around the world went dead because of a solar storm. In 1972, a geomagnetic storm detonated American mines near the coasts of Vietnam. In 1989, it caused a blackout in the Canadian province of Quebec, and there certainly will be no chance to ignore its next appearance.
Bro, that shit go crazy. Especially gotta think now, especially how the system and the world works, why they working with shit now. Bruh, y'all trying to self-destruct us. The fuck? Like, hey yo, this ain't gold tents. Like, we ain't trying to kamikaze ourselves. The fuck? Like, ghost.
Although we haven't come any closer to solving the mystery of solar cycles, the Carrington event is bound to happen again in the following 150 years. This time, the geomagnetic storm will disable satellites, power plants, and instead of the telegraph, will cause an internet shutdown. If we don't do anything, the sun...
People will literally go crazy, if you know what I mean. Because internet is literally people's lives.
Will set us back to the 19th century. Today, we can only forecast a storm a few days before it occurs.
That's tough, but at the same time, that's sad. Because, like, bruh, it's going to be hard to talk to people, communicate with people. But then again, that's when you going to really know who fuck with you for real. Like, who actually going to come see you, pull up, what the case may be, wait for you, what? Yeah, you feel me?
Turn all the equipment off so as not to burn out. But in the end, the sun will beat us anyway. In 750 million years, it's gonna become so active that the Earth's oceans will evaporate, and neither plankton nor plants will be able to produce oxygen. 1 billion years later, a solar storm will blow the ozone layer away, together with a part of the atmosphere. All living creatures will be suffocating in a scorching radioactive desert. But before we face that problem, will we be able to stop mass extinctions on Earth itself? The most challenging thing is to prove the very existence of the cycles. In the 19th century, a French naturalist, Georges Cuvier, developed a theory of catastrophes that annihilate almost all life on Earth on timescales of millions of years. Cuvier was openly laughed at. The same reception waited for Alfred Wegener, a German meteorologist, 100 years later. He claimed that all lands were connected 250 million years ago and formed Pangaea's supercontinent. It was accompanied by volcano eruptions, climate changes, and other cataclysms, which led to mass extinctions when it fell apart. Wegener's theory was also trashed, and only satellite images later confirmed that
that's kind of believable. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of interesting. But that one, you kind of can kind of believe that, cause like, yeah, it's ancient, yeah. Indeed.
Was right, and that's where geologists found the Earth's heartbeat. As soon as all the cataclysms known to science were put on a chart, it became clear that they peak every 27.5 million years. A new supercontinent, Neo-Pangaea, will appear on Earth in 250 million years. Just imagine getting in your car in the USA and taking a drive to China or Australia, but not so fast. Within these 250 million years, we'll have to survive 9 heartbeats of the Earth. The next one is expected in 20 million years. Currently, scientists have no clue about what is going to happen. We're too much used to the thought that we only watch nature from the sidelines, when actually humanity is still its integral part. What if people have their own cycles of destruction? And if so, can we cope with them? Alexander the Great's empire was half the size of the USA, but fell apart in just 25 years after the death of Alexander. The Eastern Roman Empire was smaller, but set an absolute record for existing for almost 1,500 years. Historians have long noted that all civilizations and states undergo the same cycle: rapid development, a period of stability, degradation, and collapse. It's often accompanied by setbacks in culture, science, and technologies. Collapses are often accelerated by wars, and here lies the most surprising discovery. In 2007, Arno Tausch, an Austrian social scientist, discovered that all major armed conflicts starting from the late 15th century and up to this day remarkably align with ups and downs in the world economy, like the Great Depression 100 years ago. It looks like nations live according to some schedule that orders them to wage wars now and then. After the end of the Second World War, we can see a prolonged recession in this cycle, and a new peak can occur as early as within 100 years. The Third World War will set us even farther back than the solar storms can possibly do. Let's assume we rise above our disagreements and reach a total alliance of all states to break these endless cycles of recessions and wars. But once we try to control or break the local Earth cycles, the irresistible forces of the universe come into their own rights. Can we go against dangerous space cycles? The planet has already been attacked by them more than once. One of the Earth's previous heartbeats occurred 66 million years ago. The cataclysms that caused the extinction of dinosaurs 60...
I mean, you can. I mean, you gotta make it nukes and all other type of shit. So shit, you might as well do something that people say
years ago
yeah.
were triggered by a massive asteroid falling to Earth in the Gulf of Mexico region. In no more than 1,000 years, the Apophis asteroid, as giant as 3 stadiums, may hit our world with a power comparable to 1 million atomic bombs dropped at Hiroshima. At the moment, NASA believes that it will most likely miss its target. However, gravity cycles of the solar system guarantee that we'll collide with a killer asteroid in the next 100 million years. Though NASA is already devising plans to repel this attack, deep space has a deadly weapon in store that leaves us zero chance to protect ourselves. 443 million years ago, more than 70% of living organisms on Earth died out. We don't know exactly what it was, but some scientists suspect a gamma ray burst that came from deep within the galaxy. When some supernovas explode, they create light beams of gamma rays carrying more energy than the sun can produce during its 10 billion years of existence. Gamma ray bursts are thought to occur in our galaxy approximately once in 5 million years, but they are very directional. Too bad, but one such
So I guess that's why you need to learn about your soul and your energy, people. Like, geez.
laser is pointing right at us at the moment. This is WR104, a binary system located in the Sagittarius constellation. In the following 500,000 years, it may cause a gamma ray burst that will literally make Earth sterile with radiation. The ray moves at the speed of light, so it can't be detected beforehand, let alone protected against. It's simply beyond human capabilities. We can only cross our fingers and hope that our luck holds, like it did many times in the past. But we still need to do something about other dangerous cycles. Let's take this challenge seriously and try to break one of the most deep-rooted cycles. As soon as our next video comes out, someone immediately writes first, or we demand a face reveal. Do you think we can handle this one? Free your imagination and write in the comments, What will you do if a solar storm crashes the internet for a whole year? And share this video with your friend.
What would y'all do then, fam? That's interesting. Cause honestly, I'd probably be on my Dr. CB type shit, on my become a shaman or some shit like